Hello everybody, I'm Bryan from Orchids by Bryan, and today I am excited to do my March What's in Bloom Orchid Collection update. As you can see from this overview shot, it is definitely Paphiopedilum season right about now. So lots of Paphs blooming in my collection and new plants that I recently added from my trip to Andy's Orchid. So I'm excited to highlight some of the plants that I do have in bloom. All right, well, let's start over here with this beautiful Paphiopedilum. This is Laelia Solo's Springtime, and this is my first rebloom of an orchid. I bought this orchid as the first orchid I added to my collection, and this is the first time I was able to rebloom it the following year. So super excited to see that it is very happy in my growing conditions, and so much so that it is sending me a second bud, which is pretty cool, from the same spike. So I'm excited to see what this plant looks like with the two flowers. Next over here is a recent pickup from Andy's Orchids, and you can see the flower right there. This is pleurothalis mystax. And I will overlay a video of that flower, a better shot of the flower. Yeah, it's a pretty cool little mini, and excited to add more pleurothalis to my collection. Right here is a beautiful hybrid Paphiopedilum that was in bloom last month. This is the second flower. This is a Paphiopedilum Velosum hybrid, and it is really, really stunning. I'll show you the name here. This is the name of that Paph. So super, super cool. I love this flower. This is the second bloom it's given me. It had two flowers on it, and they last a really long time, which I love. So excited to have this flower in bloom. Now over here I have my two Paphiopedilum Deloney orchids. This is the true Deloney, Paph Deloney, the regular version. And the cool thing about these two Paphs is they're one of the few fragrant Paphiopedilums. So both of these flowers have like a very subtle rose scent to them. This plant did give me two buds. One is on its way out, the one behind it, but I was able to get this flower in bloom right now. Now, this is also the alba version of Paphiopedilum Deloney, Paph Deloney White Bird, or Paph Deloney alba White Bird. And it is a super, super pretty flower. I'm not sure if this is characteristic of the plant since it's my first time blooming it, but I love how the petals don't open up like fully. So it does kind of give that bird-like image to the flower. Coming down here, I have another cute little white speckled Paphiopedilum. I love my teacup Paphs, especially ones like this. This is a hybrid. This is a Paphiopedilum crossed with Wanaukee and Sib Big Spot. So very similar to my Paphiopedilum Quicksand, QF Quicksand. So I love these little compact Catalias, or not Catalias, sorry, Paphiopedilums. Gosh, I keep saying Catalias. My little mini complex or mini teacup Paphiopedilums. So really, really cool flower. Not in bloom right now, but I did want to highlight some of the plants I picked up from Andy's Orchids. I will highlight them in more depth when they do flower, but I did pick up some Mazda Valias, bulbophyllums, pleurothalis, and even some rupiculous Laelias, or rock growing Laelias. And I do have one from Andes that is in bloom right now. Let me see if I can get the tag out to show you. I don't think I am, but I'll put the name on the screen. But here is the flower. It had two. I lost one in transit, unfortunately. That happens, but super pretty mini Laelia flower, and it goes on these super long stems, which is still really cool. And I'll actually be able to highlight the name here on the video. Alvargensis. Laelia alvargensis. Super pretty flower, and I love it. I got two from Andes, this one and Laelia ketiana. Laelia ketiana is not in bloom, but I have it up there growing right now. So, as you might have seen earlier this month, I had the great honor of visiting Sunset Valley Orchids as well when I made my trip out to California to take some videos of nurseries, and I was able to pick up this beautiful hybrid, and it has not one, not two, but 3 buds that I can see right now. May have more because there are 2 additional new growths that are on their way. Let me pull the name here. Like I said, it is a hybrid, so it is SL Orchidii Hidden Treasure 4N AMAOS crossed with SLC Seagull's Apricot Choice Morsel. So really pretty flower, nice red, and as you know, I love my little Sophronitis type or Sophronitis hybrids, and this is one of them. So really pretty red flower that I get to add to my collection here. Now this guy right here is a first time bloom for me. This is Cattleya Christelle Smith, Nathan's Reward, and HCC AOS. And I love this flower. It is, I think, sort of towards the end of its lifespan, so the flower will be starting to make its way out, unfortunately, but still really pretty flower. I love the yellow lip, was so vibrant when it came out. Same with the color. Obviously it fades as the flower gets older, but stunning plant. I'm so excited to have this guy bloom in my collection. Now, I do have a couple of Phragmipediums that are in bud as I'm making this video, and I will overlay a video of the flowers open. This one right here is Fragmapedium Wanaukee Sunset. I picked it up from Equigenera, so really excited to have this Fragmipedium in my collection. It's a little bit more compact growing, which of course I love because I have limited space. Now the other frag that you can see back there that's in spike right now is Fragmipedium Les Verines. And I don't think that is going to be in bloom this month, but it is a Cavacii hybrid, another Cavacii hybrid. I love my Fragmipedium Cavacii, so excited to see what the flower looks like on that when it does finally open up. I also have Paphiopedilum Lumium that is in bud and spike right now, so we'll wait for that guy to bloom. I'm guessing he'll be open in April, so stay tuned for that path. Super pretty flower. Very excited to see it in bloom. Coming down here, I have a couple of Mazda Valias that are in bloom right now. One being the Mazda Valia discoida, which is always in bloom, it seems like. And this guy has a spike. This is Mazda Valia Copperwing. So it has a bud. Oops, kind of hard to see it there. It has 2 more buds coming, but this guy seems to grow really well in my conditions and flowers like profusely. So I'm really excited about that. And then I have 3 more flowers coming on my Mazda Valia Charisma, which you saw in this last What's in Bloom for February. Now, if you realize, I have all of my Mazda Valias planted in this little setup, and I am going to be doing a video on what I am doing here, but it's a technique called double potting, and it helps cooler growing orchids keep their roots cool and grow a little bit easier in more warm, higher temp environments. And it's working really, really, really well for me. So I'm going to do a video soon on my tips and tricks for growing Mazda Valia orchids. So I've been growing them for quite a few years now when I had my dart frog collection and grew them in dart frog terrarium. So I'm excited to share a little bit more about how best to grow these in the home. Now I also have this beautiful Mazda Valia that is growing and flowering in my collection. This is Mazda Valia Paposa, and I'm excited to show you the flowers. I'm going to highlight the flowers right now, and they are really cool, odd-looking flowers. And I do have 2 more spikes coming after the bud that I have right here. So really excited to have this one in my collection. Another pickup from Andy's Orchids. Okay, well, that is all I have in bloom here in the grow tent, the main grow tent. So we're going to transition over to another section of my collection. All right, and this is what I have blooming on my other shelf here in March. Not too much, honestly, but a couple additions to note. These are some plants that I was able to pick up at Sunset Valley Orchids when I went on my recent trip. Some new Brassivulva hybrids and beautiful bifoliates. These are some really beautiful plants. I loved visiting Sunset Valley Orchids and picking up a lot of beautiful specimens. This is the only plant that I have in bloom, but I do believe this is the first time blooming in my What's in Bloom videos, but not the first time blooming for me. This is the second time bloom for this stunning plant that I picked up from Waldor Orchids. It is a Catala Why Not hybrid, and it is beautiful. Super reliable bloomer. This is, like I said, the second time it's bloomed for me, and it blooms on these stems with 3-4 flowers, and sometimes you can have multiple stems at a time. This is the second bloom, like I mentioned, this year. So only 1 stem of flowers, but it once it's finished blooming, I do have to repot this plant. But again, stunning reds with the yellow lip and a little white in there. It's a really stunning flower. So if you're looking for a reliable, compact growing Catala that gets bushy, this is a fantastic option. So, well, that is going to conclude my March What's in Bloom Orchid Collection update. Thank you all so much for watching. My name is Bryan. On behalf of Orchids by Bryan, I will see you all in the next video. Thanks for watching.